Hey everyone, we're continuing our walkthrough now of SpongeBob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom 15-minute version. This is part 53 of our SpongeBob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom 15-minute version walkthrough. In the last part, we continued on with the kelp forest and went to the kelp swamp, and you could tell right now, I say we're about 3/4 to the first tiki, but we went down where the hammer was instead of going to, we went to the right instead of to the left, because there's a sock where you could tell where we'll stand on, which will be our checkpoint because we were standing there. And it's kind of funny because if you could see a square, let me see if I could show you with my finger, if it is possible. Because you can tell there's a 4 here, right? In the numerator for socks. And you can tell right diagonal down to the left of that is the numerator for the campers is 5, right? And you can tell for the denominator, and this is for the number of campers found, just so you know, 5. And then you could tell for the number of campers there are in this place is 6, right? And you could tell right above that, diagonal, like to the right of that, for the campers, for the number of campers in this place, which is 6. And you could tell diagonal up to the right of that, you could tell there's the number of socks for this place is 7, right? So if you can see this square, or this slanted square that I'm making, you can tell within this square, you could tell there's a sequence from 4 to 7. Do you see that? Is that a pretty cool experience, how I just found that out, and why it's kind of funny that you visualize that? Now, if you're able to do this assignment for me, as a comment on this video, see if you could tell me what numbers we need to have collecting wise for these things we need to find, and the number of socks we need to collect, like you could tell with this 4, 5, 6, and 7 we have with the kelp forest, except for other places. Oh, I just thought of another one, except it's more like a Z, because if you have 8 socks in if you found 8 socks in downtown Bikini Bottom, and there are 9 socks in the place, and you have 10 of the 11 steering wheels, you could tell right there's a sequence too, except it's more like a Z. And that's, and remember, we had that number of socks when we did downtown Bikini Bottom before we did the spatula named Come Back with the Cruise Bubble. Do you remember that when we did downtown Bikini Bottom? So yeah, in just, so yeah, you could tell we're still as Patrick about 3/4 of the way to the first tiki that we'll use to push one of the pedestals. So we'll continue now. Now see, do you see where I'm standing right now? Usually right here is a checkpoint when dying. I realized that like probably say at the least 5 times after I played this game completely. So see, the reason why I died that time was because there were shiny objects right there. Now let's see if with this hammer I just belly flopped. Oh, I didn't realize we died, but I was going to say, let's see if we could get the other one, because there is a total of 2 over here. So hang on a sec, I'm going to explode this first. Oh, I didn't know that. See, I think we did it at the same time. So now I'll kill this hammer like so. And now you can tell there's a sock here. And you can tell when we collected this sock, we're now 7/8 of the, we're now 7/8 done with the game sock-wise. So now because we got that sock, we can continue on. But first let's get this hammer, because he's also always here. Now I'll try and explode it with this thunder. I was going to see if we could explode it with the thunder tree down there. Do you see it when I jump on the lowest stone? So now we're gonna come back up and then go over here to this thunder tiki over here and explode it. Because when we explode it with the tikis, we'll get a super combo, which is a bigger combo than a bigger amount of shiny objects than just the thunder tiki and the wood tiki. So now you can tell I came over here because there's a yellow shiny object and the duplicatron finally, so we could destroy it. And right here is the first tiki. Do you see what I have picked up? This is the first stone tiki, and now we'll use it on this part of the pedestal that you could tell we're doing from here. And see, the Buzzbot actually got defeated in the water. It's pretty funny. He actually died in there. So now we're gonna do this farther one. But because of this shortcut of bouncy leaves that we used SpongeBob's Cruise Bubble to push, it'll take us a quicker amount of time to finish this. Now the last of them is right here, but I'll do that in just a second. And now you see the last of them is right here. So when you see this happens, when you have all three stone tikis on the pedestals, a line of bouncy leaves comes up. But there's only two.
Well done, son. Next time I need to round up customers for the Krusty Krab, I'll give you a call.
Why would the customers want to be made round?
You're a strange one, you are, Patrick.
So now we're gonna change to SpongeBob. Because with this because I think we should get these shiny objects we see up here. So if there's the way to get this yellow, that would be also useful. So first, we're gonna actually come over here and destroy these things over here, and use the cruise bubble when the Thunder Tiki is getting destroyed to get this, to get the Sleepy Time robot. And let's see if, dying-wise, if we're able to make it to these bouncy leaves, we'll be able to. We'll change into Patrick, number one, and number two, be able to get this yellow shiny object you see in the sky. Can you see it on the camera screen? If so, we're trying to find out a way to get that. And then when we do that, we'll get the spatula we did with the tikis. See? We just got it. So now we can do this. Do. Okay, so now we'll get the we'll eventually get the spatula with SpongeBob. Because remember, since I said spatulas save the game, we can't save it. We can't get the spatula just yet. So see, you can tell we're at exactly 20,700 shiny object-wise. Do you see that? So now you could tell we're going to go to the kelp caves. And we'll eventually get that spatula. But we're not going to get it just yet. Because since the next place is the kelp caves, and we have to use SpongeBob to open this spatula.
I could really use your help if you had some time to spare.
And we have to use SpongeBob when opening this spatula. We should open this spatula first before getting that kelp swamp spatula. And that's a tip for you guys. you should do the spatula ahead and open it before saving the game, because when you want to take a later teleportation, you already have it open. Does that make sense?
Sure, Barnacle Boy, what do you need?
I'm trying to recover my lost energy crystals that power my new secret superhero power. It seems the robots have found my supply and have hidden them in this cave.
So now, did you hear Barnacle Boy saying about a secret superhero power? And saying about energy crystals? So, proving wise to you, there's, you could tell that there will be energy crystals we need to find. And I think total wise, there's a total of 6, if I remember correctly. And in this case, and then you remember, and these are 6 energy crystals we need to find in here. And you could tell when Barnacle Boy said there's about the energy crystals that power the secret superhero power. When we collect all the energy crystals in the end, Barnacle Boy will tell you what the secret superhero power is. So yeah, we'll continue with the discussion.
Secret superhero power? Oh, what to do, what to do, what to do?
If I told you, it wouldn't be a secret, would it? Just trust me. It's worth finding these crystals. I'd go searching myself, but my bunions are acting up today.
What are bunions? Tell me the meaning as a comment on this video. Because I don't know what bunions are in this case,
Well,
body-wise.
Well, press those super bones of yours. I'll get
Oh,
30
is it actually...
crystals.
Is it actually bones? I didn't know that. Okay, so first, we'll open the teleport box, get these 2 shiny objects, and stand on this pressure plate and use the cruise bubble to touch this button to make this gate open. And now we'll get this crystal. So yep, I'm right. There's the same amount of campers there are in this place as there are crystals we need to find here. So now we'll switch off between playing SpongeBob and Patrick a whole lot. I'll tell you that as a fact.
Push button. Can't stop self.
And when we end up opening the last gate, we'll get the Tiki Roundup spatula then, I decided. So when we get to the big checkpoint, when we get to the big part checkpoint, like when we say open the teleport box, if I can get there in time, we'll stop the video there. So now you can tell we just found a third of the crystals. So now see, we're touching this pressure plate, and now you see that button opens. So you can tell now, when we push this button like so, you could tell that gate opens. And you see with the buttons close by, with every button close by, the gate that's nearby it will open. So now, in this case, we don't have to change to Patrick, but we have to get a crystal. But there's a teleport box a little later that will do in a bit. So we'll actually stand on this pressure plate to make that come up and stop the part here. Well, here. And I can't explain what we did in this video because we're out of time. So that'll end it for part 53. And I'll see you guys in part 54.